Hey guys, welcome to a brand new movie review show called MovieNerds with me, Lee. So, what film did I just see? The Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino's new film. Amazing, as most, if not 90% of Tarantino movies are, Death Proof being the exception. Uh, but man, what can I say about this movie? It was fantastic from the get-go. The Tarantino dialogue has not lost its charm. It is still there. Tarantino knows how to write dialogue. It's just so entertaining to see Samuel L. Jackson and Kurt Russell share screen time, literally for the first time, I think, in their careers. Because not only is Kurt Russell one of my favourite actors of all time, he's one of the most underrated and one of the most cult actors of all time. I mean, you only have to look at Big Trouble in Little China, Backdraft, Stargate, Tango and Cash, Escape from New York, just to name a few that you guys most know him in. But he adds another awesome character to his lineup, and man, the film is just so good. Even Samuel L. Jackson is amazing in this, and even though Samuel L. Jackson most known for Family Guy being in every single film of all time, it's not the case. But man, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was amazing in this film. He's pretty much the main star in this film. You are practically with him from the get-go, and you are going on this journey with him from the snowy road that we first see him, into the carriage, all the way to the cabin where eventually we meet up with the other characters in the film. But man, this film is really, really good. The pacing is slower than most Tarantino movies, but Tarantino, as I said, knows how to write brilliantly scripted scenes, dialogue to keep you entertained as well. The film is basically Reservoir Dogs in the West, so if you've seen Reservoir Dogs, you pretty much know what to expect here. It's a little bit more violent than Reservoir Dogs in terms of graphic content. I won't spoil it, but there is a guy and the head. I won't say any more because it was really one of those okay moments. But the film was fantastic. I mean, I can't even... There's only a few faults with it, but maybe the film could have been trimmed down about a good 10, 15 minutes. But apart from that, the film was amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. The cast as well, like I've mentioned, Kurt Russell is on top form as he always is. Samuel L. Jackson, I hope, gets an Oscar nomination for the film. Jennifer Jason Leigh, I've not seen for a very, very long time in anything at all, but she comes in and she knocks it out of the park as well with very little. She doesn't say a lot in the actual film, but wherever she is given by Tarantino, she knocks it out of the park. One of the other standout performances in this film is Walter Goggins, who is really rising in Hollywood recently by playing these secondary characters, especially if you remember him from the TV series The Shield, and then he eventually turned up on Sons of Anarchy, and then he turned up in Predators, American Ultra, which is a very extremely underrated film, by the way, so if you ever get a chance to watch that, watch it. Back to Hateful Eight, however, it's great to see Michael Madsen and Tim Roth, who last shared screen time in Reservoir Dogs, which is... It's 24 years ago, which is insane when you think about it. But Tim Roth and Michael Madsen, both great performances, even though Michael Madsen didn't say a lot in it, because I don't know whether it's me, but the dude doesn't sound like his usual self. It looks like he's either had something wrong with his throat for a very long time, or whether he's just getting on in years like Harrison Ford, where the gruffiness kind of kicks in. But apart from that, the film was fantastic. I mean, I cannot fault it for being boring or whatsoever. It was great. The score was magnificent. There is even a nice little musical cue from a previous Kurt Russell film that involves snow, so all you nerdians out there who know what I'm talking about, give yourselves a pat on the back, because as soon as you hear it, it was just like, I know where that's from. It was from one of my favourite films of all time, which I will be doing a review on that soon, if you know what I mean. Oh man, it was so good. Oh, it was such a good film! It was such a good film! Just, literally, just the pacing of it is just a little bit inconsistent in the middle area, but apart from that, I mean, when the when the action starts to ramp up, I mean, not really action, when things start to unravel and things start to kick off, it does go on a white knuckle ride until the very end. And it doesn't end the way you think it does. And there is a really cool cameo in the film. I won't say who it is. And if you want to save, if you want to go in spoiler free, I recommend you do so. The less you know about the film, the more rewarding the experience is going to be for you. Is it better than Django Unchained? I'd say Django was better. This film would have been cooler if Christoph Waltz was in it, but obviously Tarantino didn't write a part for him, so therefore he wasn't needed, and plus Waltz was doing Spectre anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to have made it. But apart from that, man, the film was absolutely amazing. Really, really good. It's a great kickoff to 2016, because normally we have all these horror crap shit fests coming out. Because next week, hopefully, if things go well, I will be reviewing The Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio's new movie, who was with Tarantino and Django. But so far, January's got to a good start because this film is just so good. But I would recommend you catch it as soon as you can, because it's not performing well, because all the Tarantino people have already gone to see it in this opening weekend. But it'd be nice if it made more money than it is doing at the moment, because it is struggling a little bit, obviously, with a small little film called Star Wars. I don't know if you heard of it. That's pretty much killing it at the box office at the moment, as we all know. So films like this aren't getting a look in, but hopefully on the Blu-ray release, many people would discover it and think, oh, I'll pick that one. But it is really good. I recommend you see it ASAP, near a cinema. For those who are wondering about the 70mm projection, you have to check online which cinemas are actually using it, because the cinema I was at, we don't have 70mm projectors. It's all digital now, but it still looks glorious in 74K. Looks amazing. The cinematography alone is worth the price of admission. And and obviously the film is amazing itself. So I'm going to score this 5 out of 5 nerds. Brilliant acting, dialogue, the score, the way Tarantino's directing the film. The only niggle is that it's just the pacing about halfway through gets a little bit slow, and then all of a sudden it ramps up again. So, yeah, that's my first review, and a little bit nerve-wracking, but hey, we all got to start somewhere. So, if you like what you see here, click on the like and subscribe button, which is around there somewhere. And if you have anything to say it below like a regular Joe. And like I said, next week is going to be The Revenant, so hopefully I'll have a review on that next week for you guys. I'm also going to be doing classic franchise reviews as well. So for example, if we take the first one I'm going to be doing, which is Highlander, I will be watching all 4 films and I'll be reviewing them all in one go. I won't be doing one film a piece. I am going to be doing a review for all 4 films, even though I don't really want to review number 2, 3 or 4 of the Highlander franchise, because I only really want to review number 1. But I thought to myself, it's going to be different from what others have done. So it'll be like Highlander saga, the Star Wars saga, which will probably be around April when the Blu-ray comes out. That's going to be sweet. I have to get past Phantom Menace first. And, we'll just see from there. Maybe I'll do a Tarantino saga review, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it really depends if I get all the time with other stuff and everything. But, 2016, I hope this channel kicks everything off and be a bit more confident next time, and let's all nerd out and get our butts to the cinema and watch these films, because it's going to be an amazing year. I mean, you've got The Revenant, you've got Michael Bay's 13 Hours coming out, you've got Deadpool, cannot wait to see that film. You also got Civil War, Batman v Superman. That's not even going into April yet. I mean, that's just the first 4 months of the year alone, and we still got the other 8 months to go. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and check back next week for the review of The Revenant, and no doubt, my cousins.